learners. In this video we are going to discuss about XML. So what is XML? XML is extensible markup language. We have three questions: what is extensible, what is markup, and what is language. Actually, XML is not a programming language. Okay, so it is a markup language. It is mainly used for storage, transmission, and processing of data. So what is a data? Data means raw information, that is unprocessed data. Here XML is used to transfer data between the applications. So XML is a markup language, we already know that. So what is a markup language? It has some predefined rules to hash the data in tag format to define a text document. Okay, now why we use HTML? HTML is only used for display purpose. It is not easily reusable. So this is the main drawback of the HTML because it is only designing purpose. Now extensible markup language comes here. So XML is a meta language, so in which it has some predefined tags as well as we can create our own tags. It also used for other markup languages like ADML. So now this is the history time. So XML is a that is, it is a subpart of the HTML. So what is HTML? Standard generalized generic markup language. Usually HTML is too complex to process. Okay, so HTML has some very tedious work. Okay, so it has some too difficult to process, but XML is subpart of the HTML, but it has a lightweight document. We can easily create a web page using XML. So now this is the features of XML. So XML, it is a text based, it does not do anything, it is free and extensible, it is recommendation of the World Wide Web Consortium, design with designed to describe carry data, not displaying the data. Okay, so W3C comes here because it has defined some rules for XML. Okay, so W3C rules are followed here. XML must be directly usable over the internet. It supports a wide variety of applications. It must be compatible with HTML. So the number of optional features in XML needs to be kept to the absolute minimum, ideally 0. So this document must be human legible and clear. Design must be formal and concise. Now we are going to discuss about the learning step of XML. Okay, so in this section we are going to discuss about the XML structure and validation with the example demonstration. So what is XML? XML is a extensible markup language. In XML we use tags or marks. Tags also be called as marks here. So tags has two format, that is open tag and closing tag. So we can create our own tag, that is tags are not limited and not predefined. Okay, so it allows the programmer to create his or her own tags. These tags can be extended, depends upon the nature of the problem. Okay, so now XML is mainly used to transfer the data between two applications, that is client and server application. So XML is easy to store and transport data. So it is a W3C recommendation, that is World Wide Web Consortium recommends the XML is a best language to create a web page. So it has a it does not depend on any software and hardware. Okay, so it is a way of storing, transporting and sharing data. It is independent to the software as well as hardware. So the XML language both human and machine readable. Okay, so XML does not have any complexity in readability. So the XML language applied for both human and machine readable. Now we are going to discuss about the XML features with a demonstration. Okay, so now I am going to create a text editor. Okay, we can create any kind of text document. So here I am going to create one text document and name it as a example. Okay, so example dot, the extension must be a XML. So example dot XML. Okay, so just right click it. So we create a text document like this. Okay, so open the text document, any kind of notepad. Here we can use any simple editor notepad like Visual Studio, any other like any other editor. Okay, so here I am going to create a simple text editor. Okay, so in this I am going to create a tag for friends. Okay, here I am going to create a web page for my friends. Okay, here I am going to represent a 3 friends. Okay, so first of all I am going to create a starting tag friend list followed by the end tag friend list. So what is the difference between starting and end tag? So end tag always has a backslash in between them. Okay, so friend list I am going to create a friend number 1. Okay, so it also have some open tag as well as closing tag. Next I am going to create another tag called name. So it also has pair tags open as well as closing tags. In between I am going to give a name of the friend, that is Alex. Okay, now just to copy the code, and I again am going to create a second friend, that is called Mary. Okay, so similarly we can create as many friends as you need. Okay, so third friend is Rachel. So here we can look the nature of the tag. Okay, HTML does not allow the tags, that is it allows only predefined tags. We cannot create our own tags. Here we can create our own tags, depends upon the nature of the problem. Here I am going to create a one of the friend as a best friend. Okay, so I create a new tag called best friend. Okay, so next we can just copy the code, and I'm going to create a XML formatter using the browser. Okay, so it lists plenty of XML formatters. We can select any one of them. Okay, now I am going to select one of the XML formatter. So it looks like this. Okay, now I will paste the code that was entered by in the text editor. Okay, so here I am going to paste the code. Okay, so the code contains the 3 friend names. Okay, name of the 3 friends and one best friend. Okay, so now I am going to check the validate our my XML. Okay, for example, see here. If you want to create some mistake, okay, here I am going to does not close the friend tag, so it gives some warning error, unclosed tag. Okay, so XML only display the result if it is a valid statement. Uh, we must follow some rules. Okay, so all the tag must have a open tag as well as closing tag. Now I display the result in the tree structure. Okay, so XML tree. So here, so look this video. So friend list has some kind of 3 name list. Okay, so we can also create as much friend we can create like this. Okay, so this is the fundamental concept of XML. Now we are going to check the XML validation. Why we need validation? Validation is the process which is used to check whether we are creating the correct XML or not. So it must define the syntax and the structure of the XML. So always XML is a well formed structure. Okay, so well formed means it is a grammar free XML. Okay, so all the tags must have some rules, so it should follow all the rules. So according to the syntax and structure, it supports 2 schemas, that is TTD, document type definition. The second schema is XML schema definition, that is called XSD. Okay, so DTD and XSD is plays a important role in XML validation. So these two tools check the structure and the syntax of the XML. Okay, so it always ensures that whether our XML is created in a right way or not. Okay, so this is the part of the XML validation. Okay, so we are going to see the next chapter in next video. Thanks for watching.